This is an email I get time and time again. A man saying he is still a virgin because he's afraid that the girl will laugh at him if she sees his small penis. And what I always say is, first of all, most girls will not laugh at you, right? That's number one. I'm sure of that. Number two, most girls are so interested in you as a person more than the size of your penis. And number three, if a girl is heartless enough to laugh at you, then drop her. Drop her because this is not someone you want. This is like having a viper or a cobra in your bed. I mean, really, because if she laughs at you for something like that, she would laugh at you about everything that you are. Okay? So, then, a question from Ron Aguilar. Is there a medicine or are there ways to enlarge a man's organ? No, there are no medicines to enlarge a man's organ. But hey, the world is young, and maybe sometime in the future, there will be a medicine that can do this. Not that I'm saying it's a good thing, but I'm answering your question with facts, right? And with what might happen in the future. So far, all I know that works, at least most of the time, because sometimes it doesn't work in that you get infected, your penis turns black and blue, it starts to hurt, etc., is a penis operation. Now, doctors can do operations so you can make your penis, I think, fatter more than longer. Okay? And just a bit of chismis, the first people who started it was a Chinese guy whose name was Dr. Long, and then the other guy that started it was a Caucasian whose name was Dr. Stubb. But there was a second B, so it was Stubb. I just thought you'd like that little bit of factoid, okay? Now, before I end the show, I would like to share some tips on organ size, no? And this is in deference, Sexy and Smart. I hope you're watching, because last week she watched the show on oral sex and she was a little disappointed that she hadn't seen any tips. And so I'm doing it now because I mean, she was a wonderful commentator and we had a good correspondence back and forth, okay? So some tips about organ size. First of all, it can be frightening, as I say. It can be frightening, and I've heard a lot of men more than women being concerned about size, okay? So the one with the bigger item, let's just talk about penises, okay, since most of the talk is on this anyway. The person with the penis, with the bigger penis, should not be the one in control. Meaning, if you hope to do it with one of you lying flat on your back, the one lying flat on your back should be the man with a big penis, and not someone either without a penis or with a smaller penis. The one down should be the one down should be the penetrator, because that way the one on top can be more in control. Because if you're on top, like we say, the female superior is good. One of the reasons is because you can control the depth of the penetration. And if you are, you can control the depth of the penetration. So if the bigger one is on top, mas nakakatakot. And if he forgets himself or he has issues with seeing the person in pain, it is not good. No, better to be safe. The other tip is that just remember that there are differences in pain tolerance. Some people get hurt with a sudden stab, or some people, can take it if it's, unti-unti, but some people cannot. And these things should be taken into account. Number three, many people have, but not all, many people have fantasies about gagging. Many people have fantasies about hurting or being hurt. A very important thing is to talk about this, because if you have fantasies that are, one is of being gagged and the other one is gagging, then it may work out well for you guys or gals, as long as it is within the parameters of safe sex, both not only emotionally, but also physically, right? Because there are so many fantasies that, of course, you can work out and you can enjoy, especially if both of you enjoy it. But just be sure it is safe and validating for both. It's not demeaning for one or the other, okay? And finally, always remember that in a good relationship, you always negotiate. Okay? No matter if it's big issue, shall we spend Christmas at your parents or at my parents? Or for, well, not little issues, but for issues like how will we make love, no? Do I always have to be on top or do I always have to be on the bottom? Or, look, I have no qualms with your standing up and my kneeling, in front of you and giving you a blowjob. But, pwede ba? Etc., etc. Negotiation is very, very important. And in fact, this is a sign of a good relationship, right? If the person is willing to listen to you, if he's willing to take your concerns, your requests into account. Okay, so that's it for today. Please keep your questions coming. We hope to talk about cyber sex and part 2 of oral sex because you had so many questions on this. Next week, we'll choose one or the other. So please send your questions on Facebook, tweet using the hashtag AskMargie, or send an email to askmargie@rappler.com. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Bye.